3 steps along the digital path to purchase. For a lot of people, the phrase point of purchase means the stacks of gum, candy bars, and glossy magazines that confront us shoppers in the checkout lines at our favorite stores. So when we start talking about the digital point of purchase, some might think we're talking about pop-up ads pushing Dinteen Ice flashing across the checkout screen. Unfortunately, that couldn't be further from the truth. The path to the digital point of purchase is longer than just the checkout screen at the end of the consumer's transaction. And the opportunities for brands and retailers to reach their consumer along that path, while the consumer is in buying mode, are almost endless. So, what are the steps along the digital path to purchase? There's been a lot written about this by a lot of folks. We've seen 5 steps and 10 steps and everything in between. But to keep it simple and accessible, I've tried to break it down to 3 main areas: exploration, decision, and reflection. Exploration. This first phase is where shoppers start their research on a product or service. Maybe they've already heard about some great new product from their friends or in a social network, more on that later, and here they start digging in to look for details and deals. Now in digital, this is not a new phase by any means when compared to the in-store path to purchase, but it does present brand new opportunities for retailers and brands alike in the digital environment. More than half of consumers, 62% according to a recent study by Booz & Company, are researching their products digitally before they head to the store. And with the retailer website as the #1 place that these digital consumers are starting their research, that digital shelf space is where it all begins, and here is where monetizing those 97% of shoppers who don't convert, the explorers, becomes so important. Decision. This is where the shopper amasses all the knowledge and research they've gained in the first phase. This one is better than that one. This feature should be standard, they don't make this in powder blue, etc., and purchases some. Interesting things to note about this phase: most consumers click between 1 to 10 of products on the first search page and make up their mind about a product, to buy or not to buy. That's the question, within 3 to 7 seconds. So here is where the consumer makes that decision on which product to buy. This is the checkout aisle phase where every brand wants its product to be. Reflection. So, the consumer has purchased a product and left your site. Some might think that the path should end there, but the truth is that this period of reflection has quickly asserted itself as a very important stage on the path. How easy was it for them to find what they were looking for? Were they bombarded with advertisements along the way for irrelevant products? How was the customer service? There's 1,000 impressions that a consumer could leave your site with, and the rise of social networking sites has made it all the easier for the consumer to use this period of reflection to make or break brands and retailers alike. So, there's a high-level overview of what a consumer goes through along that path to the digital point of purchase. And while it shares many similarities with the path to purchase that a consumer takes in a brick-and-mortar setting, there's quite a bit about them that only exist because of the digital channel. So for those retailers who think their in-store shopper marketing strategy is enough to compete in the digital world, we should heed the example of those companies whose lack of foresight and adaptation in the digital world led to an inevitable downfall.